this is DragonFeather, and I'm here to do a video on how to practice and how to have an altar in the room if you share a room with somebody or if you have a roommate kind of thing who maybe not necessarily agree or not necessarily know, things like that. I've been getting a lot of requests because there's a lot of people in this situation, and I honestly didn't even think about it before you guys brought it up, so I think it's a really important topic too. So when you share a room with somebody, be it a sibling or be it with somebody else, this is a little more tricky because if they don't necessarily agree, it's really difficult to have an altar because you guys share space. Now some people may be cool with you having an altar, and that's awesome. But if you have a roommate who doesn't, not a roommate, if you share a room with somebody who doesn't necessarily agree with you, I would suggest using either travel altar, which is like really easy and tiny and like able to pack everything up once you're done using it, and stuff like that, and maybe not necessarily practice in your room. Maybe what you can do if you have to go to extremes is when you go to take a shower or something, you can either turn on the shower and use that as like a meditative sound to block out any other sound that you might hear. And I know it might be kind of weird, but you can meditate and practice in the bathroom, which kind of seems weird, I know, but I've actually done that when I've been over at friends' houses who at the time I didn't really come out of the closet to yet. I was just kind of doing my own thing, and I didn't really know how to tell them. So, but now most everyone knows that I'm a pagan because my channel. Okay, so anyway, so if you have a person who lives in the same room with you, be it again a sibling or someone else, and they do agree to have an altar with you, but it's like limited space, I suggest either using a shelf. Like get a shelf from, say, IKEA or some sort of furniture store, something like that, and literally nail it onto the wall. Because there might not be enough room for you to actually have like a little tiny altar like mine that you guys have seen in my videos. There might not be enough room for you guys to do that, and if there is, then go with the smallest altar you can find or that you have accessible to you. But if you do not have enough room for something like that, get a shelf, like I said, and hammer it on the wall or something, and you can use that as an altar. Now, when you are looking for a placement for this, depending where you're at, you can put it on your bed, by your bed, kind of thing, like on the wall that shares your bed, so you can put your stuff there and use your bed to sit on, to meditate on. That way you're not in their room, in their space, getting in the way of anything. You're just in your own bed, which is mostly your energy anyway. So, and if anything else, you can, like I said, use a travel altar and use maybe a pillow and then lay out a cloth and then set everything up on the pillow and be careful, or have like a little step stool that you use or something like that. I'm pretty sure it would be easy to find things throughout your house to use, like even a chair, like the part of a chair to set it up a little thing really quick and do something and then put it away. It's totally cool having a travel altar or having an altar that you can put away. That was my cat. Or an altar that you can put away and stuff like that and pack up. That's totally cool, and that's how I started out. But when you have a roommate with this kind of stuff, now I know lots of people have roommates, and sometimes your roommates share rooms with you, and sometimes they don't, but sometimes we don't necessarily always get along with our roommates. So if this is the case, and you have a roommate that may be, like, they may not really understand, or they may be totally against you doing that, I suggest before you do anything, you need to sit them down and talk to them, and, like, if it interferes with what they're doing, like, if it's in your room, and if you're doing your own thing, and they don't know, like, they don't care about it, whatever, do your own thing. But as soon as it, like, if you want to use the living room to, like, cast a spell or do a ritual or something like that, you know, you need to consult them because it is their space too, and you need to respect their boundaries because you guys are sharing spaces, and that's kind of an agreement when you have a roommate. Hopefully, though, if you have a roommate, they're cool enough to let you do your own thing, but you can have an altar inside your own room. Hopefully it isn't too small for you to do so. If you want an altar in the living room, again, ask them if that's okay, and if they're cool with that, and if they are, awesome, go for it. And if not, then maybe you can try and compromise, and if they're really totally against it, maybe you should reconsider who your roommate is, if that's really important to you. But all in all, it's really about what you are okay with giving up and what you're okay with not giving up. Again, if you're in the house with your sibling and you share a room with your sibling, sometimes siblings can get into your stuff, and that can be quite annoying at times. So that's one reason why I suggest having an altar that you can easily put away and pack up and put in a safe place. Even have a lock on it if you want to, that they can't get into. Wear the key around your neck, or like put it in your stuff so they can't get to it, because sometimes siblings can be mischievous. I know that. I don't have younger siblings, but from friends I do know how annoying they can get. So yeah, be careful if there's any particular situation of your things getting ruined. Like with my setup, with my altar, if I had a sibling that was nosy or anything like that, my altar is very, very, very easily accessible, especially at the height that it's at, and there's so many fragile and breakable things on there that it would be easily breakable if they were to get to it. So again, please be careful when you have younger siblings that are kind of, you know, mischievous and annoying and destructive. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. If you guys have any questions regarding certain spatial issues of this and stuff like that, feel more than welcome to leave them in the comments or contact me through Facebook, Tumblr, or Twitter, and I'll help you guys out. But until next time, blessed be. It's really cold in my house, and bye!